I've never chosen my friends with how much they agree with me.
Oh, I'm not talking about you, but it's the people from the other side that do seem to, as often as not, make their
There is hope.
social decisions. There is hope.
There is hope.
What's going on? What is it that has? I mean, when I look at your Twitter feed now, you've got some really based views on some things. What changed? Raising kids, looking what the world has become of the world.
I don't really feel like I've changed. I feel like the world moved. I mean, I feel like I'm sitting pretty much in the same spot I've always been in. And yeah, some of my views have always been what the kids these days call based. But you know,
what would be an example of something with the year 2000 Marc Randazza would say today as he would have said then, and that we would call based?
I have always been against institutional racism, which we now call affirmative action.
Okay, so that's a ballsy position to take now. Although, I mean, the world's been divided now into people who either are going along with that or who aren't admitting that they're not going along with that. I guess then there's the vast majority of people who won't admit that they're not going along with it.
But we don't need to do that, you know? I mean, look, if we didn't hang out with and tolerate and talk to people that we didn't really agree with, you and I wouldn't be friends.
That's true, because here's the thing. We always enjoyed each other's, banter and company.
Yeah.
And I could tell that even though you were the one thing that hasn't changed is you're a free speech absolutist. You were then
absolutist is like for Siths. I'm more,
tell me where do we draw the line?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I shouldn't be drawing it because I lack that intelligence and that wisdom. People say to me sometimes, like, you ever think of running for office? I'm like, God forbid. If I ever do, vote against me. And if I win, have an insurrection to keep me from taking power. It'll be terrible. Like I lack the maturity and the grace.
Well, you lack the politesse.
That's yes.
I mean, you have to. You really see it even among people that who are cool people, and then they get into office, and all of a sudden they have to start triangulating.
Yeah, but when it comes to free speech, though, it's not unfair to call me an absolutist because I will tolerate a lot more than I think most people would. I spend a lot of my day trying to talk friends of mine off the ledge about what should be prohibited and what shouldn't. But at the end of the day, I think it's still more speech is always the way to fix something.